In the late 1980s, when basketball was already thriving across the United States, a new team emerged in South Florida with a dream to make its mark in the National Basketball Association. The Miami Heat were founded in 1988, entering the NBA as an expansion franchise. Few could have imagined that this young team, born in a city more famous for beaches and sunshine than basketball, would one day stand shoulder to shoulder with the sport's greatest dynasties. In their early years, the Heat struggled to find rhythm. Wins were rare, and establishing a loyal fan base in a market unfamiliar with basketball was a challenge. Yet there was an undeniable energy surrounding the team, a sense that Miami would one day become a city of champions. The franchise started by building from the ground up. The early seasons were filled with growing pains, but they also laid the foundation for what was to come. Ronnie Sakeli, Glenn Rice, and Steve Smith became some of the first stars to wear the Heat jersey, helping the team gain credibility. Slowly, the Heat began to develop an identity, one defined by resilience, effort, and ambition. By the mid-1990s, change was in the air. In 1995, the franchise made a move that would alter its destiny forever. Pat Riley, one of the most respected and successful coaches in basketball history, left the New York Knicks to take control of the Heat as both head coach and team president. His arrival instantly transformed the organization's culture. Riley brought his championship experience, discipline, and a burning desire to win. He famously introduced the Heat culture, a term that would become synonymous with hard work, accountability, and relentless competitiveness. Under Riley's guidance, the team began to evolve into a serious contender. The Heat traded for Alonzo Mourning, a dominant center known for his intensity and defensive prowess, and Tim Hardaway, a dynamic point guard with unmatched confidence. Together, they led Miami to its first taste of real success. The Heat became one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference, regularly battling powerhouse rivals like the Chicago Bulls led by Michael Jordan. Though Miami often fell short against the Bulls, each defeat fueled their hunger to improve. The late 1990s saw the Heat rise as one of the most respected teams in the league, embodying Riley's philosophy of toughness and discipline. However, the journey was far from smooth. Injuries, tough playoff losses, and internal challenges tested the team's resolve. When the early 2000s arrived, the Heat once again found themselves in a rebuilding phase. Alonzo Mourning battled serious health issues, and the team struggled to stay competitive. Yet Miami never lost its vision. The organization's leadership continued to plan for a brighter future, focusing on finding the next generation of stars. In 2003, everything changed once again when the Miami Heat selected Dwyane Wade with the 5th overall pick in the NBA draft. Wade, a talented. When the 2010-11 NBA season began, the world's eyes were locked on Miami. The newly formed trio of LeBron James, Dwyane Wade, and Chris Bosh had become the most hyped and scrutinized team in sports history. Expectations were immense, and the pressure to deliver was unlike anything seen before. The Heat's arena was packed every night, filled with energy, excitement, and anticipation. People wanted to witness greatness, and the team knew it had to live up to the promise of championships. But greatness never comes without struggle. The season started slower than expected. The team struggled to find chemistry as three superstars tried to blend their styles and egos into one cohesive unit. The media criticized them relentlessly, every loss turning into a headline. Yet through all the noise, the Heat remained focused, guided by Erik Spoelstra, a young and analytical coach whom Pat Riley had groomed for years. Spoelstra's calm leadership and Riley's strategic influence behind the scenes helped the team weather the early storms. As the season progressed, the Big Three began to find their rhythm. LeBron embraced his role as the team's leader, Wade adapted his game, and Bosh became the steady presence the team needed inside. The Heat finished with one of the best records in the league and stormed through the playoffs, defeating strong opponents to reach the NBA Finals in their first year together. The city of Miami buzzed with excitement, the Heat were back on the biggest stage. However, the finals against the Dallas Mavericks turned into a painful lesson. After taking a 2-1 lead in the series, the Heat collapsed, losing the next 3 games and the championship. Critics labeled them failures, and LeBron, in particular, faced unprecedented backlash. His decision to leave Cleveland had made him the league's villain, and the loss only intensified the criticism. For the team, the defeat was devastating but also transformative. It humbled them and fueled their desire to come back stronger. The following summer, the Heat refocused. They trained harder, worked on chemistry, and entered the 2011-12 season with a new sense of unity and purpose. LeBron James, stung by the loss, completely transformed his mindset. He stopped trying to be liked and focused solely on winning. The Heat dominated the regular season, displaying beautiful teamwork and relentless defense. When the playoffs arrived, they faced adversity again. Chris Bosh suffered an injury in the second round, forcing LeBron and Wade to carry the load. They battled through tough opponents, defeating the Indiana Pacers and the Boston Celtics in emotional series filled with intensity and drama. LeBron's performance in the 2012 playoffs was nothing short of legendary. In Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals against Boston, with Miami facing elimination, LeBron delivered one of the greatest performances in NBA history, 45 points, 15 rebounds, and a look of absolute determination. The Heat went on to win. The years following LeBron James' departure in 2014 brought a different kind of challenge for the Miami Heat. The Big Three era was over, and the franchise faced the daunting task of rebuilding its identity while remaining competitive. Many predicted that the team would collapse without its superstar trio, but the Heat culture, built on resilience, discipline, and hard work, refused to fade. Erik Spoelstra, Pat Riley, and the organization stayed committed to developing young players, maintaining a winning mentality, and pursuing greatness with the same intensity that had defined their championship years. The 2014-2015 season began with new faces and a renewed sense of determination. Dwyane Wade, now the leader and elder statesman, carried the torch with his trademark toughness. Chris Bosh stepped into a larger role, showing leadership and skill that had often been overshadowed during the LeBron years. However, tragedy struck midway through the season when Bosh was diagnosed with blood clots in his lungs, forcing him to miss the rest of the year. Without him, the team struggled to find consistency and missed the playoffs for the first time since 2008. Still, the Heat's spirit remained unbroken, and their loyal fanbase continued to believe in the future. The following season brought hope. Miami retooled its roster, adding veteran leadership in players like Goran Dragic and Luol Deng while nurturing young talents such as Hassan Whiteside, who rose from obscurity to become one of the league's top shot blockers. Wade, ever the warrior, led by example, and the team fought its way to the playoffs once again. The 2016 postseason saw Miami eliminate the Charlotte Hornets in a thrilling 7-game series before falling to the Toronto Raptors in the second round. Despite the disappointment, there was a sense that the Heat were still very much alive, still competitive, and still embodying the culture of excellence that Pat Riley had built. But the summer of 2016 marked another emotional turning point, the departure of Dwyane Wade. After 13 seasons, countless unforgettable moments, and 3 championships, Wade left Miami to sign with his hometown Chicago Bulls due to contract disputes. For the city and fans, it felt like the end of an era. Yet, Pat Riley and Erik Spoelstra pressed forward, focused on developing young players and keeping the team's identity intact. Hassan Whiteside emerged as a defensive powerhouse, Goran Dragic became the team's engine, and rookies like Justice Winslow and Tyler Johnson began to show promise. The Heat narrowly missed the playoffs that season, finishing 41-41 after starting 11-30, a testament to Spoelstra's ability to inspire resilience in adversity. The Heat continued to navigate a period of transition, balancing the development of youth with the pursuit of competitiveness. The 2017-2018 season brought stability as the team returned to the playoffs, led by Dragic's all-star performance and Spoelstra's strategic mastery.